telling stories and just don't care. From chasing 8 seconds to now running the show. From the arena dirt to the chutes to lights on the road. According to Flint, life's better with a grin. A cold beer, good friends, and a wild streak within. From the dirt to the screen, he's keeping it real with a heart like Montana and nerves made of steel. Yeah, you never know what he's gonna say, but you're gonna have fun either way. It's a wild ride, buckle in tight. According to Flint, it's one hell of a night. He's quick on his feet, got a mic in his hand, firing up the whole place, got the crowd clapping hands. Ain't no filter, just straight up truth, calling it like it is from the cowboy booth. According to Flint, life's better with a grin. A cold beer, good friends, and a wild streak within. From the dirt to the screen, he's keeping it real with a heart like Montana and nerves made of steel. Yeah, you never know what he's gonna say, but you're gonna have fun either way. It's a wild ride, buckle in tight. According to Flint, it's one hell of a night. So raise a glass, raise a cheer, turn it up, we're all in here. Good folks, good vibes, let's take this thing for one more ride. According to Flint, life's better with a grin. A cold beer, good friends, and a wild streak within. From the dirt to the screen, he's keeping it real with a heart like Montana and nerves made of steel. Yeah, you never know what he's gonna say, but you're gonna have fun either way. It's a wild ride, buckle in tight. According to Flint, it's one hell of a night. Oh yeah. According to Flint, it's one hell of a night.
Coming to you live from an undisclosed location, here is your host, the one and only Flint Rasmussen.
Greetings as Bo's dad Dave walks behind the camera right before the show. Good to see everybody. Did you tell Dave my parents said hello? Well, you sure and tell him. You're gonna tell him. Welcome everyone. Okay, everyone. For the first time ever on According to Flint Live, we're coming to you from Choteau, Montana, and from outside because some of you whining bees had to reach out to me. I had friends reach out today and say, I don't want to see any more of you in a jacket. They're burning up. Somebody in Phoenix reached out, the Scottsdale area. Somebody, my man Paul Crane, who works with me at the PBR office, the original P. Diddy, not guilty for this P. Diddy either, calling me up because they're burning up. They're on fire wherever they are. And they said, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to see you in your little hoodie jacket. We don't. So guess what? I'm bundled up and I got the long sleeves with this is the PBR World Finals kind of rain. Whoops, wrong one. Kind of rain jacket. And this is my home from in Choteau, Montana. Tootie and Stan are right in that window. My mom and dad are right in that window. And currently 51 degrees and still raining. Been in a drought. Not like Billings. See, Bo's in Billings and that's the banana belt down there. It's like the rainforest, friggin' Billings. I was through there. I drove through the other day, Bo. I didn't stop, but I gassed up. Bought a Bobcat shirt at Shields. You're welcome. And it's green. The corn looks good. It all looks good. But no, And Connor Halverson, does it feel good to finally wear a jacket again? You got to dust the cobwebs off them. I had no idea. So they've been in severe drought conditions here in this little area of Montana, and got an inch of rain throughout the day. It just drizzled all day and soaked right in, and the grass is already greener on the other side. So here we are. On Tootie is right inside watching both. That's exactly right, right in the window. And there's a grill right here. There's a barbecue here. Let me see if I can. On this grill right there, on that grill, as soon as this show's over, we're grilling burgers. They're made. She made the patty. Probably didn't do them right. Judy didn't do it right, I'm sure. But we're grilling burgers right after this show, and yeah, this is my front yard where I grew up, and it's chilly. It feels great, and so here we are. Jimmy Henneke is going to be up in Shelby next week, and that is about 50 miles north of here, north and a little east of here. Shelby, home of the Coyotes. So anyway, that's what we're doing because so many of you whined at the fact. Um, so many of you whined at the fact that I was chilly here that we went outside. I said, screw it. We're going to the porch. Freshly painted house, by the way. The 100 and I think it's 120 years old, something like that. I'm looking. Tootie, is this house? Look out the window at me. Is this house about 120 years old? I'm seeing if she'll not answer. About 120 year about. Yeah, I got it. About 120 years old. It's on the National Registry of Historic Places. The childhood home of Pulitzer Prize winning author A.B. Guthrie Jr. Right here. Right. Oh, she's coming. She can't let this go. So here we go. Hold on. He's going to tell me. Here it is. I'm getting the trivia.
125.
125 years old. This house was built in 1900, correct?
Maybe before.
Might have been before. She just knows she was just barely born when it was built. So that was funny. 125-year-old home. And yeah, historic home here in Choteau, Montana. So here we are. Anyway, it's good to have everybody. Our numbers are good. Everybody gets settled in. Got some things to talk about. It was the first weekend of the team series competition in Oklahoma City, Calgary, Sheridan, lots of rodeo things. Big Sky, Fort Collins coming up. Lots to talk about. Welcome, everyone. And you may wonder what we do when it's chilly like this. Dug through the cupboards. That's right. You know what? It warms your soul. I was going to drink red wine, but red wine makes my tongue heavy, and I can't talk. So, hey, I do got to say this warm shirt underneath, the jeans I'm wearing, all head to toe, Wrangler jeans. Partner of According to Flint, a partner of mine since 1997. Get ready, long live Cowboys. Back after a quick break. Let's get it going.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Oh, there I had you. Whatever you just pushed, whatever button you just pushed, I could hear you in my ear. We were having technical difficulties during the commercial, and then all of a sudden he said, "Hey, you're back." Whoa, no. Yeah, whatever you did. Remember that. Who's around? Teresa, good to see you from Chicago. Jennifer, the weather, it is kind of feel good. Texas humidity. I like Texas weather too. Julia has family that lives in Bozeman. Corey, sorry you're late. We're sorry too. We're good. We're doing good, Corey. I told the story. Okay, the Bateman, Evans, yeah. Mike Daly, he's probably a little cooler weather today over east of Bozeman. Good to see everybody. some of the usual suspects, some new people. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks to Lainey Wilson for opening the show with that Wrangler commercial. Is that the one? Did Lucas have his gloves today? Yeah. Okay. Thank God, Lucas Teodoro. Roger, good to see you. The former Bella Vista guy. Who else we got? See? Hey, Jeff Krogstad. Jeff, sorry I missed you there, buddy. I heard you were in Livingston. I did make a cameo at the Livingston PBR. I did in the old, it was Danger Dave's end zone celebration dance contest. And I went out with the other two contestants and nobody knew who I was. And then the little kid won, but I busted out some Michael Jackson for old time's sakes. Stephanie, good to see you. Glad you tuned in again. Jake, Janice. Wow. Look at over 100. Look at our, there you go. As long as we have over 100 people paying attention to us, that means we can kind of start the show. Tracy, will you ever permanently move back to Montana? Those are heavy questions. That's a heavy question. It depends. What if I meet a nice Texas lady with 8 oil wells on her property? What do? That's a tough decision. So if any of you are a nice Texas lady with 8, listen, 6, fine, whatever. I will quickly become your own personal little landman. Yeah. Oh, Diana, yes, you coming next Monday to CSU Stadium? I am. Getting ready tomorrow to head up to Big Sky, Montana for a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of the world famous, or at least that corner of the state famous, Big Sky PBR. And then from that ends Saturday night. Sunday, I will make the trek. I think I'm going to not do the generic go up to Bozeman, get on the interstate, and drive to Fort Collins. I think I'm going to cut across Wyoming and go to Fort Collins. And then, of course, Monday night, Tuesday night in Fort Collins. Monday night, Cross Canadian Ragweed, along with 35 great bull riders in the last Cowboy Standing format. Tuesday, John Party. Going to put on a party. So some great entertainment, great bull riding. And should be a good time in at Colorado State. Jennifer says she's out. No oil here. Also, I do believe her profile picture is her with a guy. So maybe the oil is the least of your issues, Jennifer. I don't know. Anyway, great time in Oklahoma City. I did make a stop there last Thursday night to help my friend Matt. I always say I help Matt West MC the Heroes and Legends. Listen, make no mistake. Matt West drives the ship. I'm looking for icebergs. That's it. But it was our biggest crowd ever. They're at the National Western Heritage Center and Cowboy Museum. They call it the Cowboy there because it's the Cowboy Museum. Great host, great partners on that. Great. Look at all the adjectives I'm using. Wonderful event. And of course, JB Mooney with his getting inducted in the Ring of Honor, along with posthumously Freckles Brown, Freckles' son-in-law, Wyatt Harrison. Wiley Harrison was there, who is John Harrison's dad, one of the top, the last few years, the top rodeo clown in the PRCA. So good to see everybody. A couple people I ran into, the first people through the doors when the doors opened at 5:30, Clyde and Elsie Frost. I don't believe they had ever been to the Heroes and Legends ceremony, maybe years ago, but it had been a long time. So they came into Oklahoma City, and Clyde turning 92 years old this week. So it was good to see. They are, if you don't know Clyde and Elsie, class acts. Elsie is just really classy, fun lady to talk to, and Clyde's funny as ever. So good to see the Frost there in Oklahoma City. That, of course, Thursday night, and then the Oklahoma City Team Series kicks off the 2025 season. One of 12 stops, 11 to go, but Oklahoma City knocked it out of the park. Our marketing and team at PBR did a great job, as well as the Oklahoma City Wildcatters. Chris Dashney, the GM there. Of course, JB Mooney, the coach of Oklahoma City. Chris Dashney, originally a Canadian. He still has that little Alberta. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. And then the CEO of that team is Brandon Bates, former PBR announcer. They've done a great job building a brand there in Oklahoma City. So congratulations to them. Exceeded all budgets, all expectations, ticket sales wise. So congratulations to Oklahoma City and our team at PBR selling that. 11 to go. The next PBR Team Series event is in Duluth, Georgia, about a half hour, 40 minutes north of Atlanta. It is a neutral site event. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks after just 3 days after the Colorado State event in Fort Collins. But congratulations to everyone. The teams who did good, the teams who did not so good. Here are the standings after 1 week. It is the Kansas City Outlaws. That damn J.W. Hart. Look at the top two teams, Kansas City Outlaws and Texas Rattlers. It pays to be grouchy because J.W. Hart is a coach of Kansas City and Cody Lambert's a coach of Texas. Look at it. It's like Bill Belichick stuff. So 3-0 for Kansas City. Then you have the next 5 teams down the line. Texas, Carolina, Austin, Arizona, and Florida at 2-1. The next 2 are 1-2. Oklahoma on their home court, if you will, goes 0 for 3, as did the New York Mavericks. New York Mavericks with a little work to do, not only going 0-3. I wonder if Chris Pantani's on tonight. I'll be careful. The New York Mavericks not only go 0-3, but 0 for 15 on Bulls. So some work to do. Hudson Bolton, I think their superstar, is off in the rodeo world trying to win Rookie of the Year in the PRCA. So we'll see what shakes out there. Anyway, Sean Dutton, I recognize that porch. I'm sure you do, Sean. See, here's what I'm expecting. This is going to be a true test if I have any, the old you're never a star in your hometown. I remember an old saying, guy said, you're never famous in your hometown. Didn't work for Jesus, it's not going to work for you. I wonder if anybody is watching in Choteau, Montana, and they'll drive out here and come up the driveway. What are the chances? Do I put a challenge out? Do I say, if I got to get permission from inside, if you show up in this driveway, the big circular driveway with the cottonwood trees, you know where I live, people. If you are in Choteau, if in the next 20 minutes, my mom's shaking her head at me. She's doing it. If in the next, Janie might show up. You can't stay. I will give you a shot of Pendleton whiskey if you pull into this driveway tonight. Janie, by the way, Janie Goosey's ornament, who just commented with class of 1986, Choteau High School. There you go. So we'll see. I think this is going to be proof I don't have any fans in this town. Evan says, your mom's like, no, I don't think so. Actually, Evan, you are exactly right. Anyway, Oklahoma City, just a really great kickoff to the season. He says no dinner, sir. Robin Rose. Robin knows. Robin Rose. Her dad was my high school football coach, as a matter of fact. Julie. Now they're all commenting. No one from here ever comments on this show. Julie Styron. It's Julie Styron Young, but she's Julie Styron. Augusta is not close enough, Julie. You can't make it in time. And Mark is not driving. Kurt says, give them some of Stan's whiskey. They'll never come back. He has non-alcohol whiskey. And you got to lick your own rear end to get the taste out of your mouth. That's how bad it is. No. And Sean Dutton the same. That is one way to wake up my local fans. Phil can't do it. He's on call at the hospital. Damn it. At least I know people are watching. Thank you, Choteau people. Oh, Ron Wiseman, he's right up the hill. Ronnie, Triathlon Ron is right up the hill, like a third of a mile from here. But there you go. Well, thanks, everybody. I appreciate the sentiment. That worked well. I woke up all my old high school people from Choteau High. I do need to remind me. I'm going to do it right now. My dad keeps everything, by the way, from years past. And I found something. Here, I got to show you. Hold on. He's going to see me open the door. Hold on. Sorry, I'm grabbing this old Shoto Bulldog pack. When I was in high school, our coach was Butch Damberger, and he copied everything that the Montana State Bobcats or the Green Bay Packers did. Hey, Mickey Williams. Mickey Williams is watching. I coached football with Mix, the Mixter. Uh, and in the 80s, if you remember, in the mid 80s, corduroy baseball caps were big. And Montana State made some with a Bobcat helmet. So guess what we did at Shoto High? Shoto Bulldogs football, the maroon corduroy ball cap from like 1984. How about that? The cord on the front. That's an original. That's not one of those vintage remake bullshit hats. This is Shoto Bulldogs football. There you go. There you go. TK, bring your mom and dad on. They can't hear. No, I mean it. Anyway. We'll see what we can do. Anyway, also for you people, cheers, Clifford. I'm not ignoring. Actually, Clifford, I was ignoring. So, dad, see Robin Rose. Her dad, Sam. Her dad was Sam Rose. He was the greatest. He had one of these. He had one of those football caps. Just like the old Rockin' R bar caps, Mike. Exactly. So, hey, it's talk about the teams, PBR team series. It is the heart of rodeo season right now. World title races are heating up. Everything heating up. Congratulations! I know last weekend my brother Will announced he got YO'd at Sheridan YO Rodeo, one of the really popular. Sheridan was going on, Casper was going on. And the NFR Open in Colorado Springs was going on. Two interesting facts about that rodeo: not the NFR, not open. How about that? It's like New Mexico. Two interesting facts about New Mexico. It's not really new. It's not really Mexico. So same. So those were great rodeos, but all of it kind of, it was a big teeter-totter going back and forth to Wyoming, Colorado, and then back up to the Calgary Stampede. 10 big days of the Calgary Stampede. By the way, Sheridan, Wyoming, the highlight for me, Laramie, Wyoming. Thank you, Kurt. That's right. I saw Rocker Steiner posted a video of a good ride. Pretty much every ride Rocker posts is a good ride. That guy can spur horses. Sheridan, Wyoming, the highlight there. Sam Peterson, Helena's own Sam Peterson, sets an arena record, 91 points in bareback riding. But 10 days of Calgary. Winners at the Calgary Stampede. Watched it on the Cowboy Channel the last day. Cooper Cook in the bareback riding. Scott Gunther, the guy that retired a long time ago, and then every year he wins Calgary, so then he has to try to make the NFR. And one of the best guys in the world. So Scott wins the steer wrestling. Canadian Zeke Thurston in the saddle bronc riding. Zeke Thurston just going to screw around and become one of the greatest bronc riders ever. That guy's unreal. And he still seems like 14 to me. This can't. Shad Mayfield, Shad Money Mayfield, the world champion. He wins the tie-down roping. Anita Ellis, a really well-known horse trainer, breaks out a couple horses and wins every round and the shootout round. And Wasey Shala in the bull riding. And I kept this up there for a point. So notice there's no breakaway roping. And I said to Bo, no. Oh, by the way, I love Wasey Shala. I think he's a cool cat. He's all around cowboy, rides bareback horses great, wins the bull riding. The bull riding was great up there. There was no breakaway roping because what happens is during the day when I'm doing stuff, I tell Bo, let's show Calgary winners. I don't just tell him. We usually talk about it. He tells me I'm wrong, and let's do Calgary winners. I think that's interesting. And when he showed me before the show this graphic, I said, did they not have breakaway roping on? Because you go right to the Pro Rodeo website, right? They had the barrel racing on there, but no breakaway results. So what Bo does is you have a graphic, a template of a graphic kind of, and you type them in, correct? So put the winners in and then went, wait a second. They had no results on the Pro Rodeo PRCA website of the breakaway roping. I get it. Somebody's going to say, well, yeah, it's WPRA. But really, hey, guess what? Barrel racing was on there. I've always thought, just put all the results. For one, I can't find them on the WPRA site. But again, it's what, just put the damn breakaway roping results on the PRCA website. By the way, in case you didn't know, it was Shelby Beaujolais Medjid, the world champion breakaway roper, wins the inaugural breakaway roping at the Calgary Stampede. Her husband, Haven Medjid, the world champion tie down roper. So, a world champion couple. He has been hurt. He has been hurt, but he was there with Shelby. Kurt Blake says there's only one other guy he knows of can sympathize with how tough of a job Bo has, and that's Kurt Blake, of course. Anyway, Shelby won the 50 grand and lots of money, and I don't know. I guess we just decide who. Man, our world's too small. Hey, our world's too small for rodeo to say, oh, damn PBR. The whole thing. We're in a fragile lifestyle here. Everybody, we all wear cowboy hats and cowboy boots. I don't care what letters are in front of it. So, anyway, congratulations to Shelby, breakaway roping winner, in case you didn't see it on the graphic. We do pick a Montana Silversmiths PRCA World Standings of the week. How about our Montana Silversmiths PRCA World Standings of the week? How's that? Here's our man. We're going with saddle bronc riding because I think it is an amazing all-star cast. Ryder Wright, he's still sitting atop the standings. Dawson Hay, Damian Brennan, the Aussie. Cade Bruno, the Idaho guy. Then it's Zeke Thurston. There's the Canadian. Sage Newman, the Melstone, Montana cowboy. Weston Patterson. By the way, I'll be a little salty. Weston Patterson in the top 3 shootout round. His horse stumbled, then kind of shittered off across there. He was 77 points in the Calgary Stampede shootout round and did not get a re-ride. I'm just going to say that's stupid. That was the worst. Listen, the idea of an animal not performing is the animal doesn't perform up to par with the other animals and give the cowboy an equal opportunity to win. That by no means happened. And hey, I'm not saying Western Patterson should have won. He should have got a damn re-ride. There you go. Brody Kress, the Wyoming guy. Zach Dallas, see, kind of a new guy. And Statler Wright coming in. That's just the top 10. Top 15, of course, make it to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Interesting fact, I believe this is right. Not all of the money won at Calgary counts in the PRCA standings. I think it's 80%, but it all counts in the WPRA standings. By the way, Crystal Longfellow is a rodeo secretary. Breakaway is a separate rodeo in the secretary system, the new secretary system. It's a pain. I believe PIA is pain in the ass. Here's the deal. The people like campaigning for breakaway at the NFR. I've never been that guy because I understand the business side of it and the time side of it. They don't even go under the same secretary yet. So let's get all that shit handled before. So anyway, how did I do? Did I cover all my salty things and my... I think I did. So, all of them, of course. By the way, keep an eye on the saddle bronc riding standings. Like I said, all-star cast, one of my favorite events. I have a lot of favorite events. I used to want to be a bareback rider. I like the steer wrestling. Saddle bronc riding, that's probably my top 3. Bareback, saddle bronc. I know, and everybody says, what about bull riding? Well, I don't know if you guys know this. I've watched quite a bit of bull riding. So, yeah, it's good. But, when it comes to rodeo. Anyway, all of them, of course, competing for that ultimate and coveted gold buckle, of course, produced and designed by Montana Silversmiths on the banks of the confluence of the Yellowstone and Stillwater Rivers in Columbus, Montana, just up the Yellowstone from Billings, Montana, all of them wanting that buckle. And of course, Montana Silversmiths, the official buckle maker, the professional bull riders, and the PRCA. Quick break, couple more things to cover back after this. It felt good. Yeah. Hey, welcome back. Cars going by. This is, by the way, this highway right here. This is Highway 89 that runs north and south. This is Highway 89 for all of you people planning. Oh, I said you people. For all of you people planning a trip, a vacation, instead of getting on the interstate, support some of the small towns. There were a lot more people drove through here tourist wise when I was a little kid, it seemed like. But the interstate system has become popular. But this is Highway 89. It is the shortest direct route from Yellowstone Park to Glacier National Park. This road from this way going that way, I believe the sign right there says Glacier Park. Not, what's it? It's 72 to Browning. It's 85 miles to East Glacier, I think, from here. So yeah, we're a little over an hour to Glacier National Park on this road. So yeah, take it. Think about it. Look on a map. Look on a map. Don't put it in your phone. How's that? We pull out at this damn house. We pull out the atlas. We have the atlas. Oh yeah, that's right. Speaking of being here, as opposed to the place I live in, Fort Worth, Texas, there is it's a bit of a petting zoo around here. So yesterday I walked downstairs and there seems to be a little family living in the backyard. She says, "What's Joan? What's the road number?" It's Highway 89. Anyway, little family living in the backyard. So that's out the kitchen window here in the backyard. I think it's Ike and Mike. I think we named them Ike and Mike. So they were looking in the window and then they pick a spot in the yard. The mom dumps them off. It's like a freaking daycare around here. The mom dumps them off. I want to know when doe whitetail deer dump their babies somewhere and then they disappear. You know, they always say, don't pick up a baby deer because the mom's somewhere. Where does she go? They don't hunt. They're not killing other animals to feed their kids. They just leave. Like they just drop their kids. That's like the mom that drops their kids at daycare every day, even though they don't have a job. That's what's happening in the backyard. So that's Ike and Mike. Good to see them. I videoed them too. Just saw them when we pulled in here a little while ago when we were out on the drive looking at mud. So also this past weekend, another famous rodeo in Montana, one of the original great rodeos in Montana, the Wild Horse Stampede at Marvin Brookman Stadium in Wolf Point, Montana. This poster is not from this year. My friend Scott Grover sent me a picture of this poster. There's Mariah. She's Mariah Allen now. She was Miss Rodeo Montana. Lloyd Ketchum. Look at who the headliner was. Look at who got top billing up in the top. Lloyd Ketchum, world champion bullfighter. He goes, look at where I am. Look, so then Randy Schmutz, he announced that rodeo for years. He was great. That was fun. Mariah, there's Miss Rodeo Montana. Look at this is how I've had to climb the ladder of my career. It's Lloyd, then Schmutz, and Mariah. There's Al Sandvold. He's the other bullfighter. And then bottom right, Lois Ling on the Broadway play. Bottom right, me, Flint Rasmussen. Just nothing. Flint, rodeo clown. Wolf Point, let me tell you, storm blew in. It blew Al Sandvold's awning off his trailer. It blew a big inflatable Pepsi ball across the prairie. Wild times. And I'm sure they pawed the shirts off of a couple native friggin' wild horse racers too. So Uh, hey, I didn't mention this. Our name of the day, uh, which hasn't been a thing. I just made it up today when people were getting online watch the show. The name of the day today, a guy said, "Greet, uh, hi." Ike and Mike, were they the donkeys? No, Beavis and Butthead, I think, were the donkeys, weren't they? I think Beavis and Butthead were the donkeys out here. The name of the day from Queensland, Australia. Welcome, Lennox Moffat. There he is. There's Lennox Moffat right there. I had it written down. Lennox Moffat. The name Lennox. I don't know you, but that might be the coolest name I've ever heard. I'm gonna if I publicize that right now, there would be 8 new babies next year named Lennox. Lennox Moffat. Welcome. G'day. By the way, Phil Murphy, who commented two above him, he's Australian too. He's one of those weird guys that likes Bundaberg rum. Beavis and Butthead. There's Pete. He's friends with Phil. He knows he's Australian and no Phil loves that shitty Bundaberg rum. Beavis and Butthead were the donkeys. I can micro. Look at we got all kinds of stuff going on. Everybody say hi to Lennox. For the 9th year in a row, I really have no connection except I really am good friends with the two guys that kind of spearhead this event in one of my favorite towns in the world for the 9th year in a row. And I think one of their best lineups. It was the Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest in the Pendleton Roundup Arena. 9th year, 20,000 people. I don't know if I got the full lineup. I do know Nelly was there. Ian Munsick was there. And the headliner, Cody Johnson. So if you look, leave that up there, Bo. That stage faces the enclosed end of the grass Pendleton Roundup Arena, and they set the stage way back on about the 40-yard line, and they play to the enclosed section of the Pendleton Roundup Arena. 20,000 people. By the way, the town of Pendleton, Oregon, I believe is about 12, 13,000 total. So twice in the year, that community steps up and does some huge events. So congratulations, um, Max Grill and Andy McAnally, Doug Corey in on that. That's just two guys that I know are involved in that. So congratulations on a great Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest. I really want to get there sometime, but I'm not going to go unless I'm getting paid to do something. I wanted to how about I just introduce the bands? Hey everybody, how you doing? Woo, everybody ready? I'd be good at that. If I could make a living, if I could do like 30 concerts a year and just introduce artists, I wouldn't know how to spell bull riding. Tell you that right now. Lindy, where is Rad Brad? Where is Brad? Uh, he ended in no, he was in Utah. He was in Nephi. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember. Kerr Blake, yeah, Cody and Ian outdrew me. Yeah, but I got one thing up on Ian Munsick and Cody Johnson, in that arena. I've sung the national anthem at the Pendleton Roundup, and they haven't. So. All right, everybody is kind of warmed up. Everybody's rolling tonight. Crystal, thank you. I was thinking 17,000 in Pendleton, but then I also knew that when I was doing the Pendleton Roundup, that they'd get the big day. They'd get 17,000 people there, so I wasn't sure if I had my numbers right. So thanks, Crystal. I appreciate that. Evan, since we're going to be in our Wrangler minutes soon, I've decided that I'm going to brainstorm mine because that's a safe way to do so. I'll come up with a good topic. No wonder Evan's such a good bowler. Look at him thinking through stuff. Uh, oh, there you go. Thank you, Cindy. Terry Ann, he wants to introduce the artist at Pendleton Whiskey Fest. Can you make that happen? Thank you. That's how you make stuff happen, right there. And thank you, Kurt. They have been on my show, but I've never been on theirs. That's a great point. It's a great point, Kurt. Your first one of the year. Great. Thank you. Lennox, Bundaberg rum. Ugh. He's from Australia. All right, everybody, it's time for our Wrangler Minute. I'm doing a check. Still a little drizzle. Still a little damp. It's a little dank out. Pretty chilly. Still, ooh, it's dropped. It's exactly 50 degrees. I'll tell you this, if it clears off tonight, it's going to be a cold son bitch. Tell you that. And as Pete would say, if it don't rain pretty soon, it's going to be pretty damn dry. That's right. Time for the Wrangler Minute. If you know how this works, give me a topic. Give me a topic that I can speak for 1 minute on. If you don't come up with one, we'll call it a day. Dank. Evan, dank is a word. Look it up. Give me a topic about anything, whether it's rodeo, bull riding. I prefer something not specific about who's your favorite something, unless it's sport. By the way, right now, the Major League Baseball All-Star game going on. When I walked out here, the National League was out in the lead. Not sure now. My favorite current Major League Baseball player, Shohei Ohtani. It's my favorite. I think he's the coolest guy in baseball right now. All right. Wrangler Minute. Topics. Best airport restaurants. Oh, that's not bad. Best airport restaurants. Write that down. That's not bad. I'm going to turn this piece of paper over. It's 2-0 NL. Still good. By the way, yeah, Kyle Raleigh, the big dumper, won the home run derby last night. Seattle Mariner, Kyle Raleigh. Ohtani, Brandon, is that Navajo? Hey. Shohei Ohtani. Hey, where's Shohei at? He's over there. Yeah. Big Sky Conference football. Ron, I don't know what to say, Ron. Ron, the result I give you is not going to be the one that you want. But somebody asked me today. Ooh, Rick Branch, most famous athlete. Somebody asked me today, how are the Grizzlies going to be? And my answer, Ron Wiseman, the damn Grizzlies are always good. So, Ronnie, I know you're a Grizzly fan, and you know I'm not, but they are always good. Yeah. One of my good friends who I love is played for the Tennessee Titans, Mark Mariani, former Havre Blue Pony. And we are good friends. So, favorite city in the U.S.? Most famous athletes in did he say most famous athletes to come out of the state of Montana? What was life like as a child in Shoto? That's not bad. Wait, that's Fitz, right? Lindy, what sports did you play in high school? I played football, basketball, ran track. I was sort of in high school rodeo because I really liked the dances afterwards. And up until I was 16, I played baseball, but it's not a high school sport, or it is now, I guess. I played Babe Ruth baseball. So, anyway, most famous athlete. Yeah, right now, Tommy Malott, Troy Anderson. They're making a name for them. Troy Anderson, of course, is a starting linebacker for the Atlanta Falcons. Tommy hoping to make the roster for the Las Vegas Raiders. Joyce had a good question. What was it like? Okay, let's do that. Thanks, Evan. I appreciate your input. Oh, yeah, and I'd steer wrestled and roped in rodeo. So I played a lot of sports. Pat Donovan from Helena played for Dallas. Famous? Absolutely famous. I won't make it my Wrangler Minute, but famous athletes from Montana, since everybody's name. Ryan Leaf, famous for a lot of reasons, but he was just from Great Falls, CM Russell High. He did an alley-oop dunk at Havre High School against the Havre Blue Ponies, then flipped off the crowd. So, yeah. He was a great player. He was one of the finalists for the Heisman Trophy. I'm about 2 miles right now from who I think is one of the greatest football players ever in Montana, Mark Fellows, who is a Shoto Bulldog. Phil Jackson he was North Dakota. Jerry Kramer was born in Jordan, Montana. Dane Fletcher played for years for the, that's right, Mike, for the New England Patriots and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lex Hilliard, look at all the Grizzly fans. But fame-wise, pitcher, who is the famous pitcher from Billings? Years old, Dave McAnally, I think was his name. He was an all-star pitcher. Jack Morris, when he retired, he had a ranch here in Montana. So there's been quite a few of them. You know who lived his last years in Whitefish, Montana, was Dwight, the Catch from Joe Montana. To it'll come to me. Evil Knievel. Thank you, Kurt Blake. That is true. Evil Knievel, Butte guy. Yeah. Are you looking that up for me? The Catch, Joe Montana to Dwight Clark. He got really sick and ended up passing away, and I believe he was in, thank you guys, Kurt, Mike, got it. I believe he was in Whitefish when he passed away, actually. Hey, Mike Hamblin making an appearance. I said it before, I'll say it again. The greatest artist I've ever known is my friend Mike Hamblin. Larry Kristoviak, thanks, Janie. Yeah, Larry Kristoviak was amazing. He was originally from up here in Shelby, Montana. So lots of them. There's a few. Yeah, there's a few. Anyway, how about what life was like in Choteau, Montana? Because I can speak to it, because this was where. So let's do that. I'll make it fast. Wrangler Minute. Throw the graphic up. Wrangler Minute. What was life like as a kid? I'll guarantee I'll have a different answer than Janie's ornament does. Goosey, I'll have a different answer. What was life like, childhood life like in Choteau, Montana? I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, here we go. Ready, go. Usually my winter was about jumping off the barn or the corral fences into snowdrifts, because it was usually windy and did not snow straight down. Robin Rose says it in the comments right there. It was a little bit Mayberry. There was more in this town when I was a kid than there is now, because it was before Walmarts. It was before everybody hopped in their car and went to Great Falls. It was before Costco. So everything, there was 2 or 3 grocery stores. There were clothing stores. But my summers, I'll go with summer since it's summer. I had my bike, and right now I have my bike parked on this porch. And I would ride my bike around this town every day. And in the middle of the day, I'd throw a big towel over my neck and go to the pool. Then I'd come home, rest up, put my glove on the handlebars, and go to baseball practice. We did everything. We played sports, we took art lessons, we did music, and we were going all the time. And we were young, we were thin, we were in shape because we rode our bikes, we exercised, we did it all, because that's what life was like in a town of 1,700 people in north central Montana. There you go. How'd I do? Janie, she was not in town much. That is very true. This was nailed it. Ron Wiseman. No, we were in band and stuff together. Big Ron, and he's back in Choteau. Moved back. Al and Elaine is Ronnie's. I think Ronnie's. Yeah, Al Wiseman and Elaine. Isn't Ron Wiseman's mom named Elaine? Is that right? Yeah. Look at that. You know what life's like in a small town like Choteau, Montana? Phil says before CRP. That's right. You know people's parents' names. And we used to walk right over here is a little creek, and we'd walk up there and hike, fish, and float the creek all day. And some even camp. My brother will camp, and you can't do that anymore. You know why? Not because people is on their phones, not because there's freaking grizzly bears all over right here. So that's right. Wyatt, I grew up on the steps of an announcer stand. That's right, Wyatt Wentz. Good to see you, buddy. Anyway, what else? It's been a good night. Evan, we appreciate you. Tell your parents I said hello for me and enjoy those burgers. Evan, I will do that for you. Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. How about I tell everybody, if you're in the area, get some tickets and go to Big Sky, Montana. Nah, there's no tickets. And it's Big Sky. Ultimately, there is a town center now, but it's ultimately a resort. And when I lived in this town, um, good point, Connor. Does a straw have one or two holes? That's a good point. When I was a kid and in high school in this town, Big Sky was a ski area. That's it. It was a ski area. It was a nice ski area, but that's it. Now it is a complete three mountain resort. Summer resort business is as big or bigger than the winter resort business. So ultimately, Big Sky um, is a resort that has turned into a town. Yeah, a lot of revenue generated there, but and I will fish this weekend in, as somebody just asked, is it a creek or is it a creek? Well, I'll say this: if you're in Saskatchewan, the name of the town is Maple Creek, but if I'm fishing in it, it's a creek. There you go. Susan Murphy kicked the can almost every night. That's right. Oh, Butch is going to be in Big Sky. Nice. Bobcat night. Thanks, everybody. That's right, Susan. You are exactly right. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Big Sky, but Colorado State, Canvas Stadium on the campus of Colorado State in Fort Collins, Colorado. That is a week from last night and tonight. Should be a great time. Get tickets still available, so catch that. Great music, great bull riding. So hi, Todd Wagner, whoever you are, we appreciate that. Your hubby, thanks, Tracy. Anyway, we're gonna cook some burgers around this joint. Breeze is coming up. I believe it has dropped below 50 degrees here. So it's just started raining again as well. So you know what? I speaking of when I was a kid and brought my bike, I brought my bike all the way from Texas. And just I want to do one thing for Ron Wiseman. Hold on. I unplugged. Gonna do something. One thing I'm gonna do for Ron Wiseman is go Bobcats, Ron. Sorry about that. Sorry to have to do that to you. But wherever we go around here, there's more Bobcat stuff. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. By the way, everybody, it's still raining. Still raining here in the big yard. So there you go. How often do we get to walk around? By the way, I do want to show everybody that right there. That is a 1970 white gold hardtop Cadillac right there from my granddad Pete that my mom now has. There you see. Don't get that on any other show. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll hey, can't do it next week. I'll be in Colorado in Fort Collins. So enjoy the week. We'll be back the next week after that. Thanks for joining us. The name of the show this week, From the Porch with Flint Rasmussen. So thanks, everybody. See you next time.